This is a quick video demonstration of our 16-channel hybrid DVR, and I'm going to be showing you the local interface and what you will see. There's three methods of interaction with this DVR. The first one is with a mouse plugged in directly to the unit, a remote control that is included with the DVR, or through the network. The startup wizard will allow you to configure the main features of the unit, such as you can configure general settings, you can configure the resolution, you can configure the schedule, and so on. To start, I'm going to click Next Step, and I'm going to log into the unit. And this is a general interface. From this interface, you can see you can configure the time of the DVR, the date format, what the hard drive is going to do when it gets full, if you wanted to stop recording or if you wanted to override. You can set up the auto logout when you're not doing anything on the DVR. The DVR will log out of that current user. You can set up the mouse sensitivity if you want it to be slow or fast. And also you can disable the startup wizard here too. I'm going to click Next. Under Encode, you can configure the resolution of the cameras, how they're going to be recording. And you can see also the extra stream here. So on the main stream, each camera individually, you can configure how they're going to be recording, if they're going to be recording at the maximum resolution or not. And then the extra stream will not affect the recordings. This is only for viewing purposes. And you can use these configurations for accessing the DVR through your phone. It actually will provide you a better performance while viewing it through the network. And you can also configure how the resolution of the cameras are going to be there, just for viewing purposes. You have audio and video settings here. If you have microphones connected to the DVR, you can enable those features as well. You can configure overlay and snapshots based on a trigger or timing. And let's go to the next step. This is the schedule window. And here you can mix and match the type of recordings that you're going to have set on your DVR. For example, if you want to be recording 24/7 at a particular time, or you want to record in motion detection all the time. This particular DVR has different type of recordings at different times, so you can mix and match all of those. If you have multiple hard drives on your DVR, you can set up redundancy. You can also set up snapshots. If you want to send you snapshots based on a particular time, you can set this option right here under schedule. Let's go to the next step. Is the record window. Here you can tell the DVR how is it going to be recording, meaning if you wanted to record based on the schedule that you set, or manually, meaning that you will stop or start the recording yourself or completely stop. Also, you can see this DVR support extra stream recording for faster playback while on the network, or playing back from your phone using our Tech Pro SS Plus app. Go to the next step. Network configurations. Here you can set the DVR's IP address, the DNS. You can set up the TCP ports, the HTTP ports. You can enable dynamic DNS if you want to here. It's very simple. You can also enable email notifications here as well. And many features you can find in here. Let's go. If I click Finish, I'm going to set those configurations I set on the DVR, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to deny that. I'm just going to right click and click OK. As you see, this is the main interface of the DVR. This particular DVR is a hybrid, so it supports up to 32 cameras, 16 analogs and 16 megapixel cameras. And you can see here on the top, these are my analog cameras, and here on the bottom, from 17 on, they're going to be your megapixel cameras. So it's very simple. If I wanted to see any picture I want, for example, I wanted to see this camera, I just double click on it, and I can actually digital zoom in, especially on the megapixel cameras. And I just go to this magnifier glass here on the left corner right there, and I can just draw a box right here, and it will zoom into that area. If I right click again, we'll go back. Let's go back to the 36 channel view, and you can see I can do the same thing with the analog cameras if I want to. I can digitally zoom there. Right click again to go back. Also, I can check the magnifier glass from there, and I can zoom in from there if you want to, from the 36 channel view as well. Also, I can change the colors by right-clicking on that particular channel and choose color settings. And here you can apply color settings to a particular time, if it's daytime or nighttime. It's a 24-hour period. It's completely individually per camera basis, and it's a very neat feature right there. All of our DVRs support this feature. Another feature I want to show you is the layout view. I can change the layout view of my cameras. I have view 1 or view 4 or view 8 up to 36 for this DVR. If I wanted to see only 4 cameras, I can choose the group I want. Let's say I wanted to choose only the megapixel cameras, so those are in the groups 17 through 20, and there you go. Very simple, very easy to use. I can go to my analog cameras and so on. It's very, very, very simple. Also, I have different menus here. That menu pops up when you right-click on with your mouse on the DVR. So I'm going to choose this 36, and I'm going to jump to this PTZ right here. I want to show you a feature right there. When you right-click on a PTZ camera, if you do have one, this control will pop up here, and then from here I can move the camera to any position I want pretty much, and I can zoom in if I want to, or zoom out. I can focus or open the iris or close the iris only if the PTZ camera supports it. Also, you can see here this option, the PTZ trace. This is a neat feature that only our DVRs have it. You can move the mouse to any position you want, and the camera will follow that. And if I want to zoom in, I just use the scroll on the mouse, and you can zoom in and zoom out just as easy as that. Again, all of our DVRs support that. Let's go back to the 36 channel view, and I'm going to jump to the search interface. From here you can search any footage you want. If you have multiple cameras, you can play up to 16 cameras at the same time, and it's very simple. For example, I'm gonna play 4-channel view only, 4 cameras. So I'm gonna pick a day, and I'm gonna pick a motion event from this time on this timeline bar here. As you see here, there is a green legend and there's a yellow legend here. This represents motion, the yellow one, and the green represents regular recording or 24/7. So if I want to I'm just gonna click in there, and you can see here only 2 cameras popped up because at that particular time that I started recording, none other cameras were recording at that particular time. But when there's motion on those cameras, they will start popping up once they reach the time of motion. So if I can click, also I can just click in there, and you can see all of these cameras have motion at that particular time, and this disappeared because motion ended at that particular camera. Here you can change this to 2-hour view or 1-hour view or 30-minute view or 24-hour view. Also, I can go ahead and look for a specific time if I want to by clicking that icon right there, and I can choose the time I want it here, and this I can just double click on that time right there, and it will pop up only the cameras that record at that time. Go to the main menu now. Under info, you can see hard drive info, what is the total space, the free space, and so on. It's very simple. You can see any kind of logs that your DVR have recorded at that particular time. You can search for a specific one, or you can search for all of them based on a time and start time and an end time. It's very simple. You can click on a particular log event and see more detailed information about it. You can look at the online users who is logged in right now through the network on the DVR. You can block them or disconnect them. We can go to the settings of the DVR, and let's jump to RS-232. Here you can attach an RS-232 device to control the DVR. Very simple. You can set up baud rate and other configurations, so it's as simple as that. And let's see, alarm. Under alarm, if you have alarm inputs connected to the DVR, and you can assign different things, or you can tell the DVR to do different things based on if the motion triggers or if an alarm is open. It's very simple to use. You can configure the type of alarms, if they are normally closed or open, how long they're going to stay on, and so on. You can activate a PTZ if you want to. You can have the DVR to send you a snapshot. There's multiple features here that you can configure the DVR to do so. Under detect, we can configure how the camera's sensitivity settings are going to be. You can have the cameras to be more sensitive or less sensitive, and this is a per channel camera. So also you can tell the DVR to activate an alarm output when a camera triggers motion, or you can tell it to show you a message, to send you an email, to send you a snapshot. I mean, there's many features that you can configure here as well. Pan tilt zoom, if you have any pan tilt zoom on your DVR, you can go to that particular pan tilt zoom channel where you have that camera plugged in and configured the protocol, the baud rate, and the address, so you can control the camera from your DVR. Very simple. Under display, we can change many features in here. We can change the resolution of the display attached directly to the DVR, and we can modify the channels if you want to. You can enable tour. If you want it to have a particular layout when you turn on the DVR, you can do this configurations from here, from this option right here. I'm going to enable it right now, and you will see after 5 seconds it will go back to the 4-channel view. Under default, you can default the entire DVR or just a particular setting that you misconfigure or something. If you, for some reason, the DVR is not behaving right, you can default the entire unit by just clicking select all and then click OK, and all of the settings of the DVR will be defaulted. Let's go to advanced. Under advanced, you can manage your hard drives. You can set up to read and write or read only, or you can if you have multiple hard drives in it, you can set it up as redundant. You can set a particular drive as a snapshot drives only, or you can format it completely. You can also set up hard drive grouping. If you have multiple hard drives, you can configure it to be a particular group that it will only store data from a particular group of cameras. And here an HDD channel is where you configure those cameras to be recorded on the drives that you assigned for. So it's very simple. There's many features here that you can configure on our DVRs. Also, our full-size DVRs, they have eSATA port on the back of it, so you can attach an extra 4 drives using our NAS4, or if you have an external enclosure that supports eSATA, you can attach it to it and you can assign it to be part of your storage group, or to do only backups. It's very, very good for if you wanted to increase the size of your storage. Abnormality allows you to configure different event types and send you alarms based on an event type. So when there's no disk, you can tell the DVR to send you to activate an alarm output, or to send you an email, or enable a buzzer. And there's many other type of events here that you can configure and have them send you notifications to your email. Alarm outputs, it would allow you to show you the schedule of the alarm outputs and the status of it. Under accounts, you can configure the rights of the users that they're going to be using the DVR. You can add users, you can delete users, you can assign them to a particular group, you can modify their passwords, you can assign different rights. It's very easy to configure. Auto maintenance would allow the DVR to reboot at a particular time, or auto delete files at a particular day. Under video matrix, if your DVR has a video spot out, you can configure the layout of how the cameras are going to be displaying, and if they're going to rotate at a particular time interval. It's very simple to use. You have different groups, and this is different based on the DVR. Card overlay allows you to connect a POS system to your DVR, either using RS-232 or over the network, and you can display every time that you scan a product. It will overlay that information to a camera, and you have a record. If you need to search for an event that happened with that particular record, the DVR will have that information. Very simple to use, very cool feature, only our DVRs have it. Under config backup, if you configure your DVR and you like how the configuration of your DVR is, you can simply export those configurations to a flash drive, or re-import the configurations from the flash drive if something happened to the DVR. Let's go back to this main menu interface. Under backup, you can backup footage to a flash drive if you want to. It's very simple to use. You put the flash drive on your DVR and then hit detect, and then you can configure the beginning time and the end time, and then those files that you choose will be stored on your flash drive. Under shutdown, you can shut down the DVR. You can log out the current user that is logged in locally on the DVR. You can restart the unit, or you can switch users on the fly. On the remote device, you can search for IP cameras compatible with the DVR, and then you can attach it to its channels. It's very simple. You choose a channel that you want a megapixel camera to be in, and you can just double click on it and click OK, and that's pretty much it. It's very simple, and once you click save or OK, the image will start displaying on your DVR. I hope this video has been informative to you, and thank you for watching.